Hey athletes, how are you? It is me, Coach Ryder. Unfortunately, we had a snafu with the recording of the morning workout. So for those of you that are tuning in, this is going to be an abridged version because we're not doing this thing again. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what our warm-ups are, what our mobility is, what your time domains are, and the movements for the workout as well. So for our warm-up, we are going to have a 200-meter run. So basically go out front. If you didn't set up a marker for you, typically telephone poles are 100 meters. So you're going to run from one telephone pole to the other, turn around, and come back. If you don't have a good distance marker, just run for like 30 seconds out, 30 seconds back, or something like that. And then we're going to do 10 kettlebell swings. I am exhausted, so I'm going to use this massive 13-pound kettlebell if I can get up off the floor. And we're just going to take that kettlebell swing from between the legs, get that nice angry gorilla position, thrust the hips forward, shoulders up, and bring that kettlebell up overhead. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell by holding it kind of like a hammer and do the same kind of thing. Bring it up overhead, like so.
You grab your 13-pound kettlebell and the 50-pound dumbbell.
What was that? I'm too tired to go get another one. If you don't have something like that, you could very easily use a jug of water or your backpack or something of that nature as well, even a plate or something like that. So it'll be 10 minutes, a little couplet AMRAP of a 200-meter run followed by 10 kettlebell swings. Our mobility, once you finish with that today, is going to be a little wrist mode and a PVC mode. So for our wrist mobility, we are going to change camera angle down to the floor. We're going to get our fingers facing forward in that all fours position. We're going to rock ourselves back and forth, back and forth. Change the angles of your fingers a little bit. You'll notice it'll change the tension in your wrist. You can go side to side, left and right here. We can go around in circles also. So do 6 or 8 of each of those. You can then turn your fingers to the outside, do the same thing again, and then bring your fingers back if you're a super rock star, and do the same things from here. This is actually the one you'll probably get the most benefit from as it opens up the inside of those forearms. Remember to keep also your shoulders back in a good position. We want to have those shoulders braced inside as you're coming in. Don't come all over the place with the shoulders. Keep yourself in a good, stable structure through there. And if you actually want to add a little extra while you're doing these, you can do some cat-cows as well, so you can get that lower back warmed up. Following that, we're going to move into our PVC work, or also known as our broom or rake or mop handle work. I'm going to start with the hands about snatch width apart towards the end of that PVC or broom handle. I'm going to do some shoulder pass-throughs. Coming around, keeping a nice good grip on that PVC as we come through, and then some around the world, circling it around one direction, and then circle it around the other one. Feel like just kind of come up and down, do some good mornings, get that back loosened up a little bit too. You're more than welcome to do that. Is that it for the moment?
And then the internal shoulder rotation.
Oh yeah, and then the old good old hold it in one hand, point it up, let it drop outside of your body to the outside, and bring the other hand underneath the elbow and grab in front of the body, crossing that shoulder to the outside. Again, keep a nice good grip on that PVC. Don't do one of these. That's not stretching. That's letting go and not moving anywhere. So nice good grip. Drop that PVC off to the outside. Keep a good solid grip. Reach underneath your elbow in front of your body and pull it in even tighter. Try to keep that elbow forward, hands to the outside of the shoulder. Hit that up on both sides. And that's going to be your mobility. All right, for the workout today, we're going to need 1 or 2 heavy objects depending on what you're working with. Could be a dumbbell, could be a kettlebell, it could be a backpack full of stuff. Our 3 movements, we have 4 movements today. It's going to be 10 rounds for time. We're going to give you guys a 20-minute cap on this workout. Mike and I did this workout this morning with the 60 and 70-pound kettlebells, and it was over 30 minutes for us. It was 29 and 32 minutes or something like that. So we want you guys capping yourselves at 20 minutes. For the sole reason that there are more workouts coming out this week, we want you guys to stay active and healthy at home. And if you're getting to the point of fatigue or muscle failure, trying to push past 20 minutes and you don't have the coaches there actually supervising and watching you, we want to minimize and take away your chances of injury. So 10 rounds or 20 minutes, whichever one comes first. Our movements are going to be a 20-meter farmer's carry. That should be about 11 steps one direction, turn around and come back 11 steps. That can be done with 2 hands if you have 2 heavy objects to carry. If you only have one, you're going to do 10 meters one way, 10 meters the other way. That's going to be followed up with a 5 and 5 single arm snatch of whichever object you're using. So if you're using your kettlebell, the kettlebell is going to come from the swing between the legs. That's way too low. You're not going to see the upper portion. So let's try around there. That should work. Going to take that kettlebell swing between the legs, drive that shoulder upward as we catch up overhead and come back down. So in one motion, we're coming up, exploding, drawing up, flipping, and catching as it comes upwards. So from the front, the kettlebell is done from the swing. We're not touching the floor in between. However, with the dumbbell, just smack myself in the shin with it, it is going to come from the floor on each movement. The ending position is going to be the same overhead. And come from the ground, up, come back down. So you'll notice there's a big hip thrust that allows me to get the momentum for that kettlebell to get driven, that dumbbell to get driven overhead. 5 on one arm, 5 on the other side. After you finish that 5 by 5 single arm snatch, we're going to move to 20 meters overhead carry. If you have 2 objects, it'll be 20 meters with both overhead. If you have 1 object, it'll be 10 meters with one side, 10 meters with the other side. Once you get back, there'll be a 5 and 5 push press. Taking that object, bringing it up to that front rack position, dropping those knees down, driving up, locking those legs to the top as that kettlebell comes to full extension. Full extension overhead. So that's going to be a workout. Just to review again for you. 10 rounds or 20-minute cap, 20-meter farmer's carry, 1 or 2 objects in your hand. It's going to be 12 steps or so each direction. A 5 by 5 single arm snatch, 5 on the right side, followed by 5 on the left side. 20-meter overhead carry again. If you have 2 objects, bring them both up overhead, followed by 5 and 5 push press. 5 on the left, 5 on the right. 10 rounds total or a 20-minute cap. Good luck with that. It's a challenging one. Don't come out of the gate too quick. Make sure that we're maintaining a good core tone. We don't want to make sure that at no point those ribs are opening up and that chest is lifting up towards the sky. We want to keep the ribs down, shoulders back through all these movements, all right? Last but not least, going to be our cool down. Depending on what is banging and hurting inside you, we want to either go for a quick stroll and a jog for 200 meters, kind of cool the heart rate down and loosen things up. Then come back in and we're going to grab a lacrosse ball or a kettlebell and roll out either the back of the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, your forearms, your lower back. So a workout that's going to expose some sorenesses in each of our weaknesses. The 3 of us here that did this workout today all had 3 different complaints. So take care of your ouchies. Whatever is bothering you, make sure you smash it out good for a good minute to 2 minutes per side. And remember that your post-workout recovery is even more important than your warm-ups or your workout, because without recovering correctly, you are limiting what your productivity and workout can be the next time. So recovery is number 1. So make sure you don't cut that out. All right, my friends, sorry for the shortness of today, but none of us are doing this workout for a second time. That was a personal best of Mike in the background, so let's give him a round of applause. Be well, live life fully. Stomp, stomp, clap on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job, folks.